Hey music fans, as a roadie I had this great opportunity to tour with all these bands. I wrote a book about my experiences on the road and it was the #1 new release on Amazon and Bios and it's now sold millions of copies on Kindle. I'm Joel Roadie and this is my podcast, Party Like a Rockstar. New release here today. It is a warning track. It is a track I know. I reacted to the official lyric video as soon as it came out. I think it was as soon as it came out, but I did it. And then the Teatro Metropolitan, which was a great show if you haven't seen it. I'm saying this quickly because if you guys have been watching my recent reactions here at the Pepsi Center, I've been jumping on all of them because it's just such a great performance. Last one was Black Holes, and it was so good. I did read some of your comments. I try to always do so, but I did read some. And you guys clued me in on some things like the girls weren't feeling so well, health-wise, right? They were under the weather. And so it brought me back. Actually, one of the worst times I've ever been sick was in Mexico. I got Montezuma's Revenge in Mexico City with a band called the Cranberries. And it is really hard to work because you can't call in sick. In the case here of the performer, there's thousands of people at this show that you can't just say, I don't feel so good. You got to make it through. It's tough. It sucks. But they pulled through it this evening. And it's nice to know that all of the fans here were well aware that they were doing it and not feeling on top of their game. They were playing like they were, though, which is really commendable. Anyway, long spiel before we jump into this track. I know a lot of you were excited to be watching it, and that got me a bit excited too. So, let's give this a go.
Bueno, esa siguiente canción, yo había dicho que nunca la iba a tocar en vivo, porque es una canción muy personal. Pero viéndolos todos aquí reunidos, es increíble pensar que hay 8,000 personas ahorita aquí que nos vinieron a ver a nosotras. Y honestamente, estoy medio enferma, mi voz no está súper bien, pero les quiero cantar esta canción.
Sorry, what does this mean? It doesn't mean I'm a badger. She said she's under the weather. She's a little sick and a fan of mine. So you can hear it actually in her nasal here. So yeah, it's a little tough. But she said she's lucky to be there. So yeah, right, cool.
The water's getting wet. No, la necesito cantar, oigan. I thought it learned to keep me warm, but it's reaching down my throat and it's freezing all my bones still. I try to reach over the endless waves, can't call for help, so I'll just call my name. But not even I can hear. I'll just disappear without a trace. Is it so wrong to want to be alright? Perfect in pain, it's the same all the time. I try my very best to stay afloat, but there's something down there that just wants me close. And I beg myself to breathe, but there's nothing within reach now. Is it so wrong to want to be alright?
wasn't that more interesting than watching Perry Farrell punch Dave Navarro? What a different thing here. So emotional, so personal, so caring, so thoughtful, so very for everybody, not just for her. What unselfish is the word, right? Sorry, not to pick on Perry Farrell, but it's just interesting, the stuff we hear in the media and the news that they throw in our face that we see so much, and yet we don't see as often as we should. Stuff like this, a really, truly powerful performance. Not by her, by everybody. They all felt it, man. They felt it in their souls. That audience, that's a sea of people. That's a mass. All just going, wow. And yet at the same time, they're like, we got you. We got you. Because she's breaking down at the end to the point where she completely, totally walks off, Really, really beautiful, beautiful moment. And I think for her to, for her and as fans, as you see somebody you respect, you admire, you love their music, you love them, it's nice to have that personal experience and be invited to it. And yet you feel for them. How could you not feel for her in this performance? It was very difficult for her to do. She says she's not feeling well. My Spanish isn't that great, but I think that's what she said in the beginning. She's not feeling good, but she's going to make the most of it. And then when everybody jumps in, she's like, oh, I love you. Thank you so much for helping. Wonderful stuff. It really shows you what a truly great person she is and what a great young spirit. I kept saying that every one of these videos from the Pepsi Center. But what a performance, what a show. I mean, it's the same thing. It was really, really good. I think this was a surprise, right? To the audience, you guys didn't anticipate her performing, and I think you had said after Black Holes, you guys expected them to push the piano away, I think I read, and it sat there, so ooh, is she going to play Breathe? And she did, and so there you go. Really, really something special, this. I loved her voice, just shaking throughout, it gave it such personality, the song. So and it's such a simple song. It's simple lyrics that have deep meaning. That's not easy to do. It's not easy to write, so it's impressive. I'm blown away. I hope all of you think that's as special as I just did, because I'm very pleased I had the 5 minutes here to watch that. I was given that opportunity because you guys decided to record it. You got to think that too. Sorry, last thing, and I'll shut up. But you know you're not feeling well. This is a big night. This is not just a show. Not that any of the shows are insignificant, but this is a big show. There's a lot of people there. It's in your home country, and they're recording it. I mean, there's so much, and you don't feel good. I mean, what a bummer. What a bummer. So thank you all three of them for pulling through and doing a fantastic job on this. So hats off. Noted. Awesome stuff. Can't wait till the next release. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing all of you on the next one. Hey, the podcast is over. What are you still doing here? Well, while you're here, like and subscribe. Thanks.